And welcome back to part 2 of What If Kaioken had existed in Dragon Ball. Basically, in Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, but in Dragon Ball. So, last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Goku had returned back from his year-long training with King Kai, and together with his friends had defeated the dastardly Prince Vegeta. Um, Afterwards, Vegeta left. Goku was somewhat injured, but he was still relatively okay. I mean, he wasn't in a horrible way. He got the Lil Zenka, like he rounds up to like 13,000. But ultimately, he and the gang pretty much are there to go to Namek. So Goku does go with Gohan and Krillin to Namek with Bulma. Now, you might be asking, will Gohan learn the Kaioken? At some point, probably, but unfortunately, the ship is not a good place for training. So, unless it's through some meditation or things along those lines, he's not going to just immediately learn the Kaioken right then and there. So we're going to have to wait on Gohan learning the Kaioken. Still, though, Krillin's there, everyone's there, so ultimately, they're there to go to Namek, and it'll all work out relatively fine. So, where do we go? They land, they see Frieza's forces, and basically it goes about the same. It's just that Goku's there. Goku's also, however, able to actually take on Dodoria and kill Dodoria. I mean, he not kill. He pretty much Kaioken times 2's it and just gut checks Dodoria and just gets out of there, allows him to escape. No, he feels confident he can beat him. It's not one of those things where he's. Sorry, I'll check that afterwards. I'm doing a video. Someone's buzzing. It's probably just because they want to hang out. I think it's Mark. He gets out, and Vegeta basically gets in the way and all that stuff. So they talk. What happens is pretty much normal, except Goku does also join in getting his inner potential unlocked. So. You have Gohan, whose power is roughly only 1,500 at this point. Then it goes to about, what was it? I think it's like 13 or something like that. It's a little higher than Krillin's. I know that. So 14, I think. Krillin, remember, it's about an 8 times multiplier than whatever the other person's overall inner potential is. With Krillin, he ended up getting around a 42 times 42 increase because he went to like 72,000 overall. So the times 8 increase for him right now would put him up to 16 times 8. I'm blanking. Normally I'm good at this stuff. 10 would be 16,000. So just scale back and you're looking at about 12,800. So we'll end up to 13,000 as well. God. There we go. And then with Gohan, because at the moment Krillin is actually a little stronger than Gohan still. He's maybe about 1,000 more. God, I got an itch in my eye. 1,000 more than Gohan, so he's about 15,000. Goku gets it's Goku. So at 13,000, when he gets his increase, basically they pick that up. Pick that shit up. Vegeta senses that because Gohan, he's I think the last one to get his potential unleashed or unlocked. And basically, when Gohan steps and say, "Ha! It's not the best you are. I bet you're almost as strong as I am when I was on your father. But I've far surpassed that now, just like I'll far surpass your father." And then he feels the Goku's power level, which would be times 13 times 8 would be about, give or take, 104,000, give or take, because 80 times. Or 8 times 10 is 80, and then you do. I'm really just flubbing my words here. Because 10 times it would be 130, so you just backtrack it more or less by about 2,400 or 2,600. So yeah, Goku's initial power increase is around 104,000. So then it's the Ginyu Force. It's like we got to get these Dragon Balls to go now, and Zarbon shows up, but Vegeta and Goku both take care of Zarbon. The Ginyus show up. However, Goku's standing there waiting and ready. At this point, they're all a little bit higher in the power level. Goku's probably like 110,000 for base. And the Ginyus try to take the Dragon Ball, but Birder, honestly, but Goku stops Birder because this time now he's completely outclassed Birder. And he's like, you're not getting this Dragon Ball that easy. He's like, oh, aren't we? It's like, how do you do that? It's like, yeah, he's that's good. He's got like immense psychic potential abilities. Then Goku just takes it back. It's like, yeah, no. Then the fight kind of breaks down. Ginyu's actually staying for this because like they still haven't gotten all the Dragon Balls yet. And basically they take out Gildo. Gohan and Krillin both are going up against Raccoon. Krillin's able to actually take on Raccoon because at this point now with about a 18,000, let's say, after some time has passed, he can probably handle a triple Kaioken if he has to, which would put him well above Raccoon, actually. So just with a double, he's able to almost match Raccoon. Then he goes to triple, and he actually wails on Raccoon and actually pretty much beats Raccoon, which surprises them. Jason Bertigan, everyone's pretty much tired out at this point, though, except for Goku, who luckily they did remember to bring Senzu so they have a couple left on them, like about enough for each of them, one for each. So gives Krillin and Gohan one. Gohan gets a nice Zenkai, solid little Zenkai, probably like, I don't know, 30,000, let's say. But again, we're not also factoring in his potential growth. So it's all said and done. Instead of the 200,000 that I think it's the Daisenju says he's at, or V-Jump, one of the two, he'd be more like 300,000. Vegeta also gets a nice buff. Goku squares off against these guys and he just kicks their ass. Ginyu's shocked by this. And Vegeta ends up killing them anyway. It's like, Vegeta! And like, all right then, let's see if you can handle Captain Ginyu! And they duke it out. Goku's improving because of the overall potential increase he gets. I think when all's said and done, he'll be right around 1 million. I think that's a good, solid number for Goku. Because really, that's not ridiculous. Gohan's potential from his base when he got his potential unlocked is like 130 times what it was. So for Goku to go from 13,000 to 1 million, that's under 100 times what it actually would be. So I actually think that's reasonable. And Goku surprisingly beats Ginyu without too much effort. Does Ginyu try to body swap at him? Yes, but I think Gohan actually kind of one of them gets in the way, and Goku's doesn't get swapped. They swap with he swaps with them instead, and then they swap back and all that shenanigans. So Goku's still pretty good to go. And they got one Senzu being left, plus they got the healing chambers. But I would say that it's Krillin, let's say, who got the shaft on that. So Krillin gets one more Senzu bean. He heals up. Which then, if we're going by the full power at that point of his potential unlocked, excuse me, taking a sip. Heat my throat from drying out. We go with 42 times 1600. Okay, that one I'm going to need to use a calculator on. Hold on. 1 second. Times 42. Krillin would... That doesn't seem right. Times 8 would have been, a little bit stronger. So I rounded up to 13. Oh, well, that's right. Krillin's power was around 15. So, I just made a huge mistake there. I think, did I? Yeah, I think I made a mistake with Krillin's overall power. But wait, that still doesn't make any sense. His power was around 70. So let's see. Sorry, I have to do some quick math real quick. Divided by 1,500 is around 48. He took a 48 in times increase, so allegedly. So if I do 48, then again, sorry, 1 second. I actually downplayed Krillin's powers. Krillin's power is actually around 1,500. I made a mistake there, but it is what it is. Initially. So if I do that, then sorry, not 48. 48. There we go. 76. So let's put him at 80,000. So Krillin's got an 80,000 level power level. Gohan's kicking in around 300,000, and Goku's rocking about 1 million right now. Basically, they get the wish granted. Vegeta really can't do anything because Goku still completely outclasses him. And they basically get every one of their wishes granted. Piccolo's revived. I think because Goku's there, they choose not to bring him there. They choose to bring Piccolo back to Earth instead. And Though I think it is Piccolo who did ask to come there, so I guess they would bring him there. And then the question is, who do they bring back after that? I think they would say bring back all the people that Frieza killed. And apologizes to the other guys, saying, "We'll bring him back the next." And it's like, it's all right. We got no problem. Our problems waiting here for a bit longer. So the Namekians are brought back, and then Frieza shows up, and the fight commences. Now, keep in mind, now Krillin can pretty much do what Goku can with about a Kaioken times 10 if he has to. And yeah, that makes him stronger than Frieza in his base form, and even a second form, he can keep up with that. Goku, though, is just easily outclasses Frieza. Frieza's already now getting his ass kicked a bit. Does go to second form. Goku then they quickly decide this guy cannot. We cannot joke around this guy. Even Goku's like, okay, me and him are now pretty much tied and equal. And while this is a great fight, I'm gonna have to put some extra effort in. Pulls off a Kaioken, overwhelms him. He goes to third form. Piccolo shows up. Goku again just to Kaioken times 2s it and again evens it out. Goes to final form, and at this point now Goku's like, nope, screw this. Kaioken times 20, and then basically they go toe to toe one more time. Except Frieza wasn't prepared for just how much stronger Goku became because he can't sense power levels. So Goku kind of just wrecks right through him, and giving Piccolo enough time to charge up the special beam cannon, hits Frieza. Frieza is unable to. It doesn't lose a limb, but he does get hurt. And then Goku just appears in front of him and Kamehamehas him with a point blank times 20 Kaioken. And you know he's charred, he's dust, he's done. So yeah, see the different now people might say that felt rushed. That's a fair argument. You can make that. But the reason for that is that Goku's just not as strong as he is in the canon in this version. You might think he'd be, but he didn't get a Zenkai boost in this version. If he had gotten the Zenkai, the fight would have been drawn out more. You might have seen Super Saiyan Goku at this point. Not saying we won't, but at this point you might have seen him. But because you have enough people there to assist him, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, even Vegeta would come into the fray, which Vegeta would probably realize, I can't take him on. Probably would get that boost thanks to Dende. Probably try to take on Kakarot one more time and lose. Dende would patch up Goku. Goku, I don't think would really get a Zenkai because he was never really in this version of the fight at a disadvantage or even getting his ass kicked very much. I don't know. It's debatable. Maybe he gets a little bit of a boost, but it wouldn't be anything that it wouldn't be large enough for me to really note on. So really much when Namek saved and everything like that, they go find Bulma and they head home. That's basically it. The ship was. Here's the thing: the ship did get destroyed. So I was like, it's like, don't worry, we'll just wait for the Dragon Balls. They basically just wait for the Dragon Balls to reactivate. Luckily, they're Namekian years shorter, so they use the first wishes to bring back Chaozu and Tien, and then they would use the final wish to return all the Earthlings and everyone back to Earth. That said, though, you can make the argument they try to use the Frieza ship. Goku got lucky with how to use that thing. Bulma might be able to figure it out. So, I think Vegeta hightails it because he knows how to use that stuff. I think they just wait because they're either Bulma tries to figure out Frieza's tech, or they basically just wait for the Dragon Balls to activate. That being said, Bulma would take a large advantage of this and start sealing tech away in the capsules. That way she can bring it back to Earth and just get retroactively. Oh God, what's the term? She would reverse engineer. That was the term. It was like reverse engineer it. Meanwhile, while they're doing it, Goku would probably take this time out of his day to teach Gohan the Kaioken. Now Gohan knows the Kaioken. Piccolo, I think he didn't say, Piccolo, you want to learn it? It's like, actually, I don't think Piccolo would learn it. Not because he couldn't, because I think he'd be a little too proud to learn that. It's like, no, I'm fine doing it I'm fine going by my own way, Goku. So they would be spending time training on Namek while waiting. And spending time together and all that. So when you get out of this, you would probably have a Goku who is equal to the canon counterpart at around 3 million. You'd have Gohan was probably around 800,000. You'd have Krillin, who's probably around 150,000. All of whom could handle at least a Kaioken times 10. We know Goku could barely handle the times 20. So, now, I should note, I think we did still get rid of Goku's tail in this scenario, so he doesn't have that. So then they finally get wished back. Everyone's happy. Chi-Chi's rip shit with Goku, but everything's happy overall. They spend a year in peace. Some more training goes down. Frieza, again, King Cold doesn't show up, honestly. He doesn't know Earth's location immediately, at least initially. Or he wouldn't know to go to Earth. They do go to Namek, but I think there'd be some sort of... I imagine some people are present-minded enough to to wish for some sort of protection. Like, no one could find Namek who isn't a good person kind of shit. So King Cole would probably just be endlessly looking for his son. At least for a while, until he gives up thinking he's dead, which he'd be right. Then you get Trunks showing up. Shows off Super Saiyan. Can't do Super Saiyan. Sorry, bro. But I always contend that if Goku sees it, he'll learn it. So you do have Goku fighting out Super Saiyan. The android training. Goku achieves Super Saiyan. He's not as strong as he is in the canon, unfortunately. Well, no, he'd probably be about the same at this point. So you are looking about a canon-level strength Goku, surprisingly. Maybe a little stronger because he does have his inner potential unlocked. And he... that might aid him in a little bit of future training. So that happens. Pretty much it goes down roughly the same with the Android Saga in the initial part of it. Vegeta will show up, save the day. Goku still gets the heart virus. That doesn't change. Everyone who knows the Kaioken can use the Kaioken, but they're not going to be any match against the androids. Even Krillin, who can do a Kaioken times maybe, I don't know, 20? Maybe? Nah, he'd still be 10. But he'd be a lot stronger with training. At best, he might be able to go to 5 million. That'd be chump change compared to the androids. Really, nothing ultimately changes because the people who can use Kaioken, Gohan goes to take care of his dad. It's Tien and Krillin who know it more than anyone else, and they wouldn't even be able to hold a candle to these guys. So really, nothing will change up until you get to... Honestly, up until you get to... Because Goku would still want to try to surpass Super Saiyan. They'd go to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Up until you get to, say, the whole Tien stalling thing with the Shingeki. Then when he does that, he would add the Kaioken on that to stall Cell. So where it was able to actually stop and even hurt Cell on a minor level, he pumps it up with a Kaioken times 10. Kaioken times 10, Shingeki times 10! Boom! That actually wrecks Cell's shit a little bit. Just, he's actually starting to wear away on, like, actually shaving Cell's cells off with the power of that. Just, doesn't kill Cell, though, but he seriously messes Cell up to the point where Cell does fly out of, but he's huffing, just, he's slowly regenerating because it's not the same kind of regeneration like a Wolverine. It's like limbs and stuff like that. So he will regenerate from that, but still he's and he still goes down there, and unfortunately Tien does die because Goku only intervened because of his transmission. Piccolo did survive though, remember. Cell left and Piccolo does survive, so he's barely hanging on by a thread. So basically they need to Goku agrees that he'll go and get Piccolo and Tien's body, bring him to the lookout. They are able to bring Piccolo back, but Tien's gone for the time being. They will use the Dragon Balls like the last of the Namekians if they can again. All that kind of stuff. So we're going to end this with Vegeta and Trunks getting out of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and Goku and Gohan going in. And honestly, you know what? I'll keep going a little bit because really the Kaioken part of this is not playing a factor for the time being. So after that, Goku is a little stronger than his counterpart. Same with Gohan. But... Sorry, that's the wind. But ultimately, there's nothing that really changes in the Cell game arc at all. Except for the fact that Goku doesn't have instant transmission, so he can't actually do a Warp Kamehameha the way we know it. He'd probably just do it out of pure speed or something like that, or taking Cell by surprise. He can't take King Cell away when that happens to teleport him away. However, catch-22 on that is that he might not have to, because if Goku's even a little bit stronger, he at least ties with Cell. Could you make an argument that the Goku wins this version of the fight? I don't think so. No, I really don't think so at all. So, yeah, it kind of would actually end on a bad note. Cell does blow up the planet and then reform. And then leave. Now, again, King Kai would probably, using the making Dragon Balls, wish everyone back, and Cell's off doing his own thing. Maybe he runs into King Cold and they duke it out, but ultimately Cell kills him. Though, a full power King Cole in his final form, not Golden King Cole, but final form, we don't know how strong that final form honestly is. It's entirely possible that that form could, it probably isn't that much stronger, but if we're going by proportions, his third form, assuming his fourth form was, or his second form was somewhere in the, let's just say 140-ish area. We know he was stronger than his son. Say 200 at 2% at the 3%. So, and that makes 1% of that, or a third of that is 60. So, around, he could arguably be stronger than Perfect Cell, maybe at full power. Anyway, though, that I digress. So it ends up with Cell currently is running amok, and everyone's just back. Like, oh God, what happened? We mucked that up a bit. So yeah, we have some problems around King Cold. I think Cell honestly kills and absorbs King Cold and is running amok, and eventually we might find out that Earth came back and would head back there. So we'll get to that. We'll deal with that little fact when we'll deal with it. But until then, that is part 2. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If, anything to do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll do that at some point. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.